Hey guys, welcome back. This is Laura Wars with Real Estate Real Talk, powered by Town Square Mortgage. So AB and I were talking earlier, and we got a couple of questions on Instagram from some buyers who had really great questions that we wanted to obviously share with y'all and talk about, because somebody out there is probably going to be asking the same question. Somebody had asked the difference between gift of equity and gift of funds. Tell me the difference.
Right. So a lot of people think that gift of equity, actually a lot of people might not even know about gift of equity. So
yeah.
The difference between gifted equity and gifted fund is gift of equity. We'll start with that one first, since I recently did a transaction with that one with a family of mine. So if the seller is, let's say, related to you, say your dad wants you to buy the house from him, he can gift a portion of the purchase price or the equity that's in there, and he can gift it to you. That way you can use that to buy down the interest rate or use it for the down payment assistance. If you didn't have that much money saved up for some reason or anything like that, you can use the gifted money that's already in the property, and you can use that to buy the property off of. But it only works, gifted equity only works if the seller of the property is your own family.
Okay, so they have to be related. So you have to be actually buying the property from someone in your family.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay, cool. Okay, so now talk to me about gift of funds. What is that?
All right, so instead of getting money from the seller that is your family, gift of funds is you're buying from someone else that's not your family, and you ask a family member to be, hey, can I get some assistance for this down payment so we can get the house? Because you can make the payments, but you don't have that initial, startup funds. So you can ask a family member to gift the funds.
And that can be equity from their home. It can be from their savings. It's just
personal loan.
A personal loan to them, but they're
Right.
just gifting it to them to help with the down payment. So great. So one of the other questions was renting versus owning. And a lot of people don't realize that when you go to rent an apartment, sometimes you need 3 months first and last month's rent plus a deposit, right? That's almost the equivalent of the down payment when you buy a house.
Yeah, so when you go in for an application to become a renter, they're going to ask for 3 months credit checks, background checks, and it's the same thing as a house. But instead of having to save up for those 3 months requirement, you can use that 3 months worth of money to go ahead and put on a down payment on the house. And depending on where you're renting, it might be the same monthly payment. So why not get the house and then start paying off the equity, so later in the future you can get that back plus appreciation from the market, and then you can double the money that way.
It's a win-win, because there's also down payment assistance programs that can even help even more. So you've got more options. If you think you can rent, then there's a chance you can own. That's really good.
All right. So lately, I've had a lot of buyers ask me the question about the credit, like, oh, they're gonna take a hard credit pull, and my credit's gonna go down, and I'm not gonna get the house. So I know you work with those types of clients on a daily basis. So I wanted to ask your expertise.
I'm not a credit expert. I'm not a lender, and I'm not a realtor. And so the good part about my job is that I work with all three of those, so we can tag team on a client and figure out what we need to do to help one build their score. If they have to get a cosigner, we know the steps to take like that. If there's a mortgage that they've already got a home with that they need to use as an income asset because they're going to buy a new one, we can do that. So there's a lot of different moving parts, right? And credit is always a scary part of this ride, because they're like, my score's too low, I don't know if I can get qualified. A lot of times we run a credit simulator and we only do a pull on 2 different bureaus. We don't do a hard pull. And a soft pull just lets us look and see what we need to do to get the buyer qualified, what steps we need to take either to lower some credit card balances, which 9 times out of 10 it's that, or it's build credit, and that becomes an authorized user on someone else's credit card. So there's a lot of different steps and layers that we go through to help build their score to get them qualified. There's a lot of things on there sometimes that we can't work with, and so we have to have Vita step in, and she's one of our credit partners, and she works her magic, and she's true to the game, and she'll say, this is the steps you got to take, this is when you got to do it, and here's where it's going to get you. So we always partner with good people that are going to be able to help our clients get closed. And that's one of the main things about having a strong credit partner, a strong lender, and a strong agent, is the buyer's got all 3 of us working for them.
The whole team makes it happen.
It truly does. It takes a village.
Right, so before y'all do the hard inquiries, it's a soft pull. So it won't damage your credit, really. And when they do that, before you get into the house, that'll give you a chance to see what you need to fix. Right. And then you'll have that time to fix the credit.
Yeah. And it can be either from, there's never going to be a no. It's always going to be a game plan. So it could be a 30-day. It could be, we need 90 days. We need 6 months. It really depends on what their score is, what their situation is, and how quickly or slowly we need to take to get them there.
All right.
Yep. So that's a really good question, guys. Okay, so that's it for today. AB has a lot of information that he wants to share with you. Make sure you're following him on his social media. We're going to drop it down below. AB, what's your phone number?
All right, so the phone number is 469-859-8639.
Contact him with any questions, and he is a little bilingual. He's kind of like me. We try the language, but we ain't the best, but we still have people that can work with us, all right? Stay tuned, guys. We've got more to come from AB and the Make Your Move team.